today. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to hop on here and I hate when people say I want to hop on here. So I hate that I said that. So let's pretend it didn't happen. I wanted to get on here and do my makeup again. This is what I really enjoy doing on here. I love showing you guys how to do things that I do every day. I get a lot of questions about makeup in general, so I figured this is easiest. I am gonna do my everyday kind of natural look for you guys. So if you're in the workforce or you know, you just like don't get glam every day, we're gonna do that. So without further ado, I like hate doing these intros, so let's get into it. Starting off, we are going to do our foundation. I do my foundation first when I'm doing like a light makeup look. I'm mixing two of my favorites, the L'Oreal. It's going to be the Pro Fresh 24-Hour Wear Foundation. I'm in the shade 445, I think it's, or it might be called Vanilla. And then we're also going to use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in the shade Golden Beige. I mix these two together because the L'Oreal one's a little bit lighter and it usually works out pretty well. Oh no, I forgot my mirror. Oh, it's right here. Okay, I'm very professional. Kind of do a lot because on natural days when I don't feel like doing my like a full eye routine or eyeliner or anything like that, I want to focus on the skin to make sure it looks really, really good, and that's like the main focal point instead of when we have a lot of stuff on our eyes. People are obviously looking at our eyes, and when we don't, we want them to have something good to look at. So I've already moisturized my face and obviously cleaned it. I use the Glam Glow Glam Starter moisturizer along with the Cocoa Body Cocoa Day face cream. That's what I used before. Okay, so I'm gonna mix this up like this on the back of my hand, and as you can see, I've got like a lot of redness on my chin right now because like my face hates me. I'm gonna zoom you guys in so you can see a little bit better, and we're gonna blend this to the heavens. Now that you guys are closer, I'm going to put this all on. I kind of normally just make sure you guys can still see me when I'm looking at my mirror. I'm trying to be good, I really am, but it's just like hard to do this. Now that is all blended, I think we're looking, you know, better than when we started out, so that's a plus. Kind of a tip whenever you're doing your foundation, especially like on a lighter day when you're focusing on your face, is to really blend. Like I blend for hours. Now, next step is going to be concealer. Once I'm done with my foundation, I move on to that. I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape. You guys know, like, this is the best, and maybe one day I'll find something comparable, but really it's just so good. I'm in the shade Light Neutral. I find that this is super light when I'm tan, but you know, we just make it work because your girl ain't got 30 extra bucks to buy another shade. Okay, so now this is kind of the most important step to me, so I'll explain all of it while I'm doing it and then we'll blend it out. When I do my under eyes on a natural day, I bring it down to the sides of my nose. I pull it up in the inner tear duct and follow the natural ridge and line of my nose. So kind of curving it so that the light, you know, you're faking like the light illusion, and your nose is looking skinnier by the minute. That's how I like to make it look. I like to bring it down the side like that and make it like curved so it looks natural, because there's nothing worse than like a straight line. Like your nose is just naturally not straight unless you know like you're perfect. So you just bring it down and curve it in. Whenever I do my natural makeup, it's kind of all about the skin. So now I'm going to blend again using the same sponge, just the Real Techniques blending sponge, and I'm going to use the pointy tip so I can really get in there and blend it all out. Okay, now that I am done blending all of that out, you can see we've gotten the under eyes, under the chin, Cupid's bow, and up on the forehead. I didn't do the sides of my nose yet because I actually use a brush for it, because I feel like when I use the sponge, it just kind of smudges it in too much, and then I feel like I've completely lost all the concealer. So I take the Morphe Jaclyn Hill brush in the shade, or in the shade. In the brush number JH08. It's like a dome kind of blending brush, and I just go in and kind of do this, and I will show you. Let me scoot you guys in a little bit more. Now that we are done blending all of our concealer out, the next thing I do is I set it all or let it bake. Normally on a natural day, since I'm probably usually in a hurry, I will just kind of set it. I don't need to let it bake, you know. I don't have enough time. I'm going to go ahead and do that for the sake of understanding if you guys do the same thing. Bottom line, just get it set so it doesn't crease all day. I am using and have been using for a very long time, I can't find the cap, the Makeup Revolution Luxury Baking Powder in the shade Lace. See it? Okay, there we go. Okay, now that we've got most of our face set, besides the bridge of our nose, I go ahead and actually bake the side of my nose just because I really like a snatched, skinny nose. If you guys don't do this, like, don't feel like you have to, but I feel like for me, I really enjoy the way it looks and just do a little bit of baking. I literally look insane. Okay, and now before I set my whole entire face, I go back in and kind of touch on any parts that I've missed, or if I have blemishes, I go back in and touch up on those. I'm going to show you guys a trick since I have one I need to get rid of. I go ahead and mix my concealer, which is the Tarte. Since it's too light, I just mix a smidge, like a teeny tiny bit, with a tiny bit of foundation. And then I will go in and conceal. Why do bad things happen to good people? Okay, for today, in my eyes, I'm actually going to be using the Morphe James Charles palette. I've been loving the transition shades in here. Obviously, you can see that there are so many. And I really actually just used this one. I can't remember the shade, and I don't know where the thing is. I'll link it below. But I used that light brown shade in mixture with my bronzer. It was a really big struggle for me to say, so I hope you guys can forgive me. For my eyes, the only brush I'm going to be using is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill brush in the number JH30. It's really fluffy, so you can see it's pretty big, which is nice for like a blown out, like effortless look. I start from the outer portion of my eye and just go in windshield wiper motions, and then I will go back over it with circular motions, especially when you're wanting a blended eye. This is about it. This is as simple as I get. I don't do anything else, and I'm just going to move on and do the other eye, and I will be right back so we can get all this off of our nose. Okay, now we have dusted away the baking on our nose. I went ahead and also set my face just with the basic powder brush. I use the Pretty Vulgar. It's the Powder Room Matte About It powder. It is like one of my favorite mattifying powders. I love it. And next we're gonna go in with bronzer and get this face back to life. I'm using the MAC Aaliyah collab. I'm using the Baby Girl bronzing powder. I don't know if they still have this, but it is literally my favorite. And it's hard for me to find a bronzer that is not gray on me since I do spray tan a lot. So, you know, the whole schmig. We'll go ahead and leave that there. I'm going in with the Morphe Jaclyn Hill brush in JH02. Just, it reminds me a lot of the Tom Ford brush, which I haven't used in a while since this is like a really good dupe. I definitely recommend it. So I'm just gonna go in and we're gonna contour this face and bronze it up, babe. Contour my nose really quick. I'm using the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH37. I got this whole kit for Christmas, so I will be using this for a very long time. But this brush is, wait, this isn't the one I use, or is it? Nope, this is the one I use. I actually use the, that's like a mini version of the JH36, which is literally just a flat top kind of, I think it's probably an eyeshadow brush, but this works really well to kind of blend in your nose. Take a little bit of the powder and just run it up the ridge of my nose so it looks really natural. After that, I kind of take my sponge again with a little more powder left on it and just make sure we have like a nice clear line. Okay, now once we're done with our bronzer, we are almost done. We're at the home stretch. Hang in there with me. I go in and do blush. I'm using the Becca Flower Child blush. She only has a few shades, and this is actually like one of my favorites. Go ahead and do my eyebrows off camera because that's a struggle for me and I feel insecure about doing it on here because I'm not that good at it. So I'll be right back and we'll just wrap this whole thing up. Okay, we've got our eyebrows on. Now I just need to dust away what I put on my nose right here so that obviously we don't look around like that all day, which could easily happen to me, I'm sure. And what am I gonna do next? Oh yeah, we're almost done. All I do is just take a tiny little brush. This is the JH42. Go back into the James Charles palette and I use his bigger pan of like a highlighting shade right here. And I just go ahead and put it on the inner tear duct of my eye so we can look nice and awake. Okay, there we go. Now we're just gonna do some mascara really quick and lips and then we'll be done. So I'll be back in 1 second. Now we've got our mascara on. I use the Voluminous L'Oreal Lash Paradise. Everyone says this is like the dupe for Better Than Sex from Too Faced. I like it. I've rebought it now. I forgot to tell you what I use on my eyebrows. I just use the Anastasia Dip Brow in Blonde. Next, I'm going to do my lips because a lot of you guys ask me on my Instagram stories like what I use, and there's 3 products. It's kind of a lot, it's kind of intense, but I create my perfect nude with it and take it for what it is. The first shade I use is the Bodyography lip liner in the shade Timber, and I just line like the outer portion of my lips with it. I go in with Maybelline's Shaping Lip Liner in the shade Beige Babe. And then I just kind of blend everything together and top it all off with Maybelline's Baddest Beige. I guess it's like their Shine lipstick. I'm not sure. It feels kind of like a gloss sometimes, but it's super pretty, and I just go in and kind of dab it on. And that is it for the lip color. This is like my favorite color right now. feel like it looks really good on my skin tone. And oh my gosh, we need to do highlight. Duh. Okay. Last step. Feels like a long haul. Feels a lot faster when I don't film it. JH02 brush. I'm going into the Soph X Ulta Beauty Soph X Makeup Revolution highlighter palette, and like beware, this is graphic. My palette is like beat. It's missing the lid. Big girl's been through it. Once I use these two shades, I'm gonna get a lot on my brush there, and I just kind of highlight my cheekbones a little bit. Since this is a natural day, I don't want to overload it, but I want to have like a nice glowy look. And then I take a pencil brush for my nose to give it that extra contoured look. That's it. I think we're finally done with this makeup look. It's felt like a long haul for a natural day. I forgot to do my brow bone with eyeshadow. This is a mess. This is a mess. But really, this is how I do makeup. Maybe I'll get better someday. I'm not great right now. I'm not okay. Just taking that same highlighting shade right there, James Charles palette, going in under my eye. But really, any like creamy pearl shade eyeshadow will work. Okay, now we're done. That was a long haul, people. But we did it. This is my everyday natural look. You know, sometimes it's just mascara, sometimes this is the full deal, but I feel like it's really nice and glowy, and this is what I like to do. So if you guys enjoyed watching, please give it a thumbs up, because then I'll know you like actually like me, and give it a subscribe. Give me a subscribe. Yeah, subscribe to my channel, and ring that notification bell so you can be notified the next time I upload. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Mwah. And while that's all baking on my face, I kind of just do this process so that, you know, it has time to. There have been so many struggles. Just blend it, just. Blend, blend, blend. And I burnt my forehead. Like, I just don't know if I'll ever get it together. But if I do, maybe you guys will know. Maybe not.